The Philippines pivot. In a move shaking the Indo-Pacific, the Philippines has signed a comprehensive strategic agreement with Beijing. This isn't just another trade deal. It's a fundamental shift in Philippine foreign policy. For decades, the Philippines was a loyal U.S. ally. Now, it's signaling a possible realignment in Asia's balance of power. The stakes are enormous. Economics, security, and national identity are all in play. The Philippines' location at the crossroads of global shipping lanes makes this a global story, not just a local one. Will this partnership bring stability and prosperity, or new tensions and dependencies? The decision follows years of fluctuating relations and disputes with China, especially over the South China Sea. Manila once took a hard line, even winning a major arbitration case against China in 2016. Now, the government is betting on economic engagement, arguing that cooperation, not conflict, will secure the nation's future. The hope? Chinese partnership could transform the economy and lift millions from poverty. But if the gamble fails, the Philippines could face debt, lost sovereignty, and deepened foreign influence. This is the nation's central dilemma: prosperity or peril, a choice that will echo for generations. The world is watching. The Philippines stands at a crossroads, its next steps set to define its future. What is China offering? At the heart of the deal, billions in investments and loans. China pledges to modernize Philippine infrastructure: highways, railways, bridges, connecting the islands and boosting the economy. Chinese expertise will reshape the landscape, with state-owned firms leading the charge. Energy is a major focus. New power plants, including renewables, aim to lower costs and end blackouts. Reliable energy could finally power Philippine growth. Trade ties will deepen, with China opening its vast market to more Filipino goods, especially agriculture. Filipino farmers could see exports soar, and tourism is set to get a boost from more Chinese visitors. Technology is also on the table. China will help build out the Philippines' 5G network and digital infrastructure. Cooperation extends to AI and fintech, promising a leap into the digital age. In short, China offers a vision of a modern, connected, and prosperous Philippines, built with Chinese capital and know-how. For a developing nation, it's an offer that's hard to refuse. But every promise comes with strings attached. The question, at what cost? The answer will shape the nation's destiny. For many Filipinos, this deal is a long-awaited chance for transformation. Imagine goods moving swiftly from Mindanao farms to Luzon markets, new highways and railways making it possible. Lower transport costs could spark new industries and jobs beyond Manila. Modern ports would boost trade and make domestic shipping faster and more reliable. For everyday Filipinos, this could mean fresher food, lower prices, and a better quality of life. The energy sector stands to benefit too. High electricity prices have long stifled growth. New power plants could lower costs, attract investment, and ease household budgets. Construction itself will create jobs, while Chinese investment and tourism could energize local economies. Hotels, restaurants, and small businesses would thrive, spreading new wealth across communities. The hope? A virtuous cycle of growth, where opportunity leads to a better life for all. This is the government's vision, a leap forward into a modern era. But visions are only as strong as their execution. The challenge: turning promise into reality and ensuring progress reaches everyone. The stakes are high and the world is watching. Can the Philippines deliver on this bold promise? The South China Sea remains the most sensitive issue in this agreement. China claims nearly the entire sea, clashing with the Philippines' own exclusive economic zone. Past confrontations have been tense, but Manila now pursues quiet diplomacy and joint development. The deal proposes cooperation on fishing and energy, setting aside sovereignty disputes for practical gains. Joint fishing zones and shared oil exploration are on the table. Supporters say this turns conflict into cooperation. Critics call it a dangerous concession. Many fear the Philippines is weakening its legal claims, especially after the 2016 tribunal ruling in its favor. The agreement is deliberately vague on sovereignty, allowing both sides to claim victory. This ambiguity keeps the peace, for now, but stirs unease at home. Can this diplomatic balancing act hold, or will unresolved disputes resurface? The South China Sea remains a flashpoint, and the risks are real. The future of peace in the region may hinge on how this question is managed. The promise of development is tempting, but at what price? The projects are funded mainly by Chinese loans, raising fears of a debt trap. Critics warn that failure to repay could give China leverage over key assets, ports, power grids, even policy decisions. The risk isn't just financial, it's political. Growing economic ties could erode Philippine independence. Will Manila be free to challenge Beijing if disputes arise, or will it be pressured to stay silent? Transparency is another concern. Many deals are struck behind closed doors, fueling fears of corruption and poor standards. Will Filipinos get the jobs and benefits promised, or will corners be cut? The challenge: secure investment without sacrificing sovereignty. Strong governance, fair terms, and public scrutiny are essential. The stakes: national independence versus economic gain. The debate is fierce and necessary. The outcome will define the nation's future. The agreement has split Philippine society. Business leaders and officials see opportunity, new factories, jobs, and a modern nation. Local communities hope for roads, bridges, and a better life. For many, the promise of progress is real and urgent. But skepticism runs deep. Academics, civil society, and the opposition warn of lost sovereignty and creeping authoritarian influence. They fear economic gains may come at the cost of independence and democracy. Fishing communities, directly affected by South China Sea tensions, are especially wary. For them, the dispute is about livelihood and safety, not just geopolitics. The military, long aligned with the US, is uneasy about the sudden pivot. The nation is torn: prosperity versus principle, hope versus fear. This division underscores the complexity of the choice ahead. The stakes are personal, not just political. The Philippines must decide what kind of future it wants. The world is watching Manila's move, especially Washington. The US-Philippines alliance is decades old, central to America's Asia strategy. This new China deal is seen as a strategic setback in Washington. Publicly, the US will stress respect for Philippine sovereignty and the strength of the alliance. Privately, expect intense diplomacy and new offers of aid to keep Manila close. Japan and Australia, key US allies, are also concerned. Japan may step up its own engagement to counterbalance China's influence. Australia worries about regional stability and the future of security ties. Within ASEAN, the Philippines' pivot could shift the bloc's internal balance, making consensus on China harder. The move complicates efforts to present a united front on regional issues. The Philippines' decision is reshaping alliances and the regional order. The stakes extend far beyond its shores. The world is recalibrating in response. The South China Sea is a global flashpoint, vital for trade, energy, and security. Disruption here would rattle global supply chains and economies. The sea's resources and strategic location fuel fierce competition. The US Navy patrols for freedom of navigation, while China has built military outposts on disputed reefs. The Philippines' new deal with China shifts the dynamic, easing pressure on Beijing. Critics warn this could embolden China's military buildup and assertiveness. For the US, it complicates efforts to challenge China's claims. The risk of miscalculation, an incident at sea, a clash over fishing, remains high. The agreement aims to reduce conflict, but may upset the regional balance. Peace and stability in Asia depend on careful management of these tensions. The Philippines' choice is a new variable in an already volatile equation. The world is watching for the next move. The Philippines stands at a historic crossroads. The path chosen offers real opportunity, billions in investment, new infrastructure, and jobs. If managed wisely, this could transform the nation and improve lives. But the risks, debt, lost sovereignty, foreign influence, are just as real. Success demands strong institutions, transparency, and public vigilance. The government must negotiate tough, ensuring deals serve the national interest. Deep divisions in society must be managed, balancing hope with caution. The decision will reshape alliances and the country's place in the world. The Philippines seeks a more independent foreign policy, playing great powers off each other. It's a risky strategy, with no guaranteed outcome. History offers both success stories and cautionary tales. The future depends on the choices made now. Can the Philippines harness the dragon's power without getting burned? The world watches as a new chapter begins.